My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise-canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Well, as for this time, there's a little bit more to show on how we do the Cardinal, and just want to let y'all know a little thing about my t-shirt. It's one of those ones that used to be one of my work uniform shirts years ago, but these days I just kind of use it as one to wear to the gym and stuff, because it's kind of how it goes. But I'll say that there's probably going to be a place or two where after we've already come to work on the head, we're going to try to work on the wings a little bit, and probably should have sharpened this knife before I got started here, but I say that we're going to try to get things a little bit more done as we take them down to the place and the limit as to where they shall go. And I say just kind of work along these little wings and kind of make it so we just see what this shall all just really come down to. And finally, I say I've gotten this bit of a wing narrowed down to the body, and kind of got to have a little work to do on the other little wing as well. Put it in its own little freaking place and see how this is just gonna make a little Cardinal come out, I say, and then see how little work does the simple little awesome crazy little freaking trick. I say that this is just the kind of thing where we get down to the last. I'll tell y'all that just for a little time and work, put a little effort down the back and the tail, and so I say that it's probably going to be time to replace the thumb guard as well sooner or later, because it's just kind of like little things I say we kind of have and do in life, and then come down to where we got the Cardinal's little body and head taking its freaking little turn and making it so we got the tail done right out like that. And so you see, as for the work, it's coming this way. And so we're going to see what it's going to come down to when we get a little bit of extra time and work done into a little bitty of a piece. And so I say time shall drive us down to where we see little critters that shimmer and shine to us. And so I say it's just
kind of like how the simple little matters that shall brighten a little time to do nice little projects that air to us. And so I say this kind of work is just kind of getting down to where we see the stripes and the bodies and the wings make cardinals have a little appearance unto us. And so I say little times and kind of work does things it does. And I say that this is just kind of like little awkward pieces, I say, and done down to what we have. And come down here, we're going to try to work upon the little belly of the cardinal, try to remove the wood along this area as well, try to get rid of a lot of what we shouldn't need. And I say that as for these recordings and the way they go, you know, they're going to have their own scheduled dates to show up, and kind of happy about that, because we just tend to have a way to really try to keep a channel going. And I say that this is just what one little awesome bit of work has with us in common. There's times in our lives we'll kind of have little funny things go on, and I will tell you that on the day that I'm recording this is a day that I have a certain little funny short coming up, and that'll come up on YouTube before this video does. But there's just things that they sometimes go to Instagram first, then they go to Facebook, and then a few days or weeks later they come here. And I'd say that I had a friend suggest to me, with the way I've been doing the videos of with all my old music in the background that I recorded myself back in my days as a music evangelist, it's like suggested I kind of do some songs about wood carving as well to try to fit into this. But I say that, you know, I try not to let copyright infringement laws really be violated, so I took some of what I recorded myself, and some of what I recorded myself I copyrighted in my own name sometime before the pandemic took place. And it became much harder to get patents after the pandemic, but because there were fewer people working in the Library of Congress. But I say that it's always good that I've got what I've got online for the time I did, and just for the moment there comes a time when it always just does a little good just to kind of publish things for the way they are. And that's why I'm starting to kind of put some of my old music on little YouTube videos and have a little thumbnail on them that says the soundtrack of Jonathan's Nature Crafts. And because that's what it is these days, it is no longer the Autistic Rev music like it used to be. It's the soundtrack of Jonathan's Nature Crafts these days. And sometimes, just sometimes, all those monikers and names we used back in those days. I tell y'all that, you know, I kind of learned over time how Reverend is a name that's used to describe God and not a title we should give to ourselves. So it became a little more of my conviction over time, so as I follow it. And here you see, I kind of got around to doing the daggum wings and a little bit of the body here, and I'll tell y'all that there's probably just some things where we're gonna work here along now. There's gonna come another video where we're gonna put a little more angle into the little wings we have and try to work ourselves about it just like the way that we always can and always do. I say one thing for sure, I have an autism walk coming up which is one of my best sellers for all my stuff, and probably where I sell the most, make the most money I do at any event. And we'll just kind of say that this little bit of a carving shall shine a little light down in us, and I say that this is just a wonderful bit of work coming in. We gotta try to shave around, get around the little chest and neck and belly and chin of the freaking Cardinal, and just remove what wood we may not need. And I'm going to come back later on another day at another time and maybe kind of do a little bit more extra on the wings. But this is what I wanted you all to see so far as how it's coming along, and we'll have more to say in the future one day, depending on the time, depending on where we are, depending on the video, depending on the project, depending on the steps we're taking. But I say that this little work means a lot, and you all mean a lot too. So take care and always keep in touch.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.